The following may be offensive to a select few, so we pause for this trigger warning. They've been maligned throughout history. These pale humans are often victimized by superstition, some even burned at the stake. Thankfully, a new study sheds light on these vain, hungry victims of bigotry. According to D.J. Williams, that's his real name, of Idaho State University, people who identify as real vampires, they risk ridicule and a diagnosis for mental illness. But he says they're really successful, ordinary people and shouldn't be blamed for their bloodlust because, quote, they believe they were born that way. Williams examined 11 people who self-identify as vampires and concludes the vampire community is a conscientious and ethical one, which makes me wonder, where are all these vampires and how do we accommodate their concerns when that time comes? Because you know it will. Do we develop garlic-free zones? Should stores remain open 24 hours so they can shop at night and avoid evil sunlight? Should we ban spikes? They could trigger traumatic memories. And what about the crucifix around your neck, religious folk? Should your cross be their cross to bear? Laugh now, but today it's not who you know, but whoever you want to be. In this age of identity obsession, there are 3 easy steps. Self-identify, establish victimhood, demand sensitivity. Sadly, we mistake this as empathy when it's just appeasing the lonely, which is why I'm now a leprechaun. And if I don't get my daily pot of gold, you're leprechaunist. Tucker, why not vampires? You're laughing, but in 20
the trigger warning was very clever, and it took me a second to figure out what you were saying.
It was very stupid, but I still like it. In 20 years, we're going to look back at your laughter and go, you were definitely vampirist. 20 years, vampires will be marrying mummies in Vermont.
When did juggalos become a persecuted group? I mean, that's kind of...
Oh, they always have been.
Oh, have they really?
Yes, the juggalos have always been. People go after juggalos.
No, we're going to look back. We're going to look back on this moment, 2015, as like the fever pitch of insanity. Before somebody stands up, someone with maybe more credibility than Donald Trump, and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
Enough.
Slow down. Not all 320 million of you can be victims at the same time.
Yeah, everybody's finding instead of being proud of their own individual identity, they've chosen group identity, which then creates factions that will then war upon themselves. They will, and it'll happen on the left, but on the right, because we don't care anymore. We don't care if you think we're racist. So it's now going to turn on the left. Catherine, this opens the door, in my opinion, to zombies, which will then cause an end to cremation and burial, and we'll have to be freezing corpses because we'll never really know if they're dead.
I'm just going to do the world a favor and say that if you drink blood, you're weird. You're a weird person. Yes, I judge you. Everyone judges you. I'm allowed to judge you because drinking blood is objectively weird.
I don't know, Joey. That's kind of, I think that's bigotry, what she just did, right?
Well, listen, if you drink blood, then obviously PETA's got a problem with you, and if I can find a way to side with them, then the world should be harmonious.
They're drinking human blood. Well, they're drinking human blood.
Then that makes them a culprit, and I'll volunteer to be in the Vampire Hunter because I was a big fan of Buffy, and so.
Yeah, who wasn't? I don't know. I think this is the end. I think you're right, Tucker. It's the end of identity because now anybody can join, Joanne, even you.
You can, but isn't there something nice about not telling everyone what you are and not being accepted? It's like I like to refrain from telling people about my theater background sometimes because it's like a secret club that we're all a part of.
And also, it's annoying when you talk about it.
Exactly, and I don't want to be joked at like this on national TV.
Yeah, well, this really isn't national. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. But it's true. You know what? The drama club is the most annoying group identity I think you could ever be a part of because you always wear hats and scarves.
We know that.
I know. It's terrible. And then you all become actors and waiters.
Yeah.
Yeah.